All right, everybody. We all know what I'm here for. Here to talk about what the atrocious, ugly, disgusting thing that happened yesterday. And that was the football game. I am still sick and depressed about it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just depressed, man. It's it's really sad to see the team that you love and care so much about put no effort into winning a football game when you do as much as you can do as a fan. And we'll get into the what we can do as fans in a very short moment here. Um, it's just very sad to see the team that you love go from a playoff team to a very terrible football team in the matter of an off season, and I'm starting to think that Ben Roethlisberger was the one carrying us these past 18 years, or a little bit less than that, without Coach Cowher. I'm really starting to believe that Mike Tomlin has been the issue all this time, and why we weren't a dynasty in these past 2 decades because other than the fact that you know other than the fact that we had the best offense from 2014, 15, 16, and 17, and we had the best offense. There was no doubt about it in 2017 especially. um, there's no doubt in my mind that we should have been a dynasty, and we should have won at least 1 to 2 Super Bowls, giving Ben 4 rings. We should have happened, but the failures of Mike Tomlin is what I'm going to blame it on. I could blame it on a lot of different other things, but I'm going to blame it on Tomlin, and that's just what I'm going to do. And that's kind of hard to blame one person for all this, but I'm looking at it, and every time I saw Ben Roethlisberger was on the field, we had a chance of winning. Um, Ben had his games where we've gotten absolutely blown out. Week 1 in 2019 before he tore his shoulder or his elbow. Week, I think it was week 4 in 2016. Week 4 in 2016 against the Philadelphia Eagles, we won 33-3 or 31-3 on both pretty much estates. Ben's had those games where it just can't. No one can get anything going, but it seems like every game this year has been just really like Pittsburgh just looks terrible. Even with the Bengals, we just. TJ was out there making plays. Everyone was out there making plays on defense. We had our full starting defense out there. No injuries, no nothing. And we came up lucky in that game. Very, very lucky. And we should not have won that game. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the things that we can do, not as fans really, but the things that Pittsburgh Steelers can do to fix this season. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break it down by offense and defense. But first, I want to go ahead and read this comment made by Deontay Johnson. Hold on. I had it. I want to read this comment by Deontay Johnson and just go ahead and tell the world what he thinks about us fans giving him shit for not being able to catch a fucking football, not being able to get paid $18 million fucking dollars a year to go out there and catch a fucking football. Let me go ahead and find it. And hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I don't know where the fuck it went. I don't know where the fuck it is. This is just so annoying. All right, fuck it. I don't care. Basically, Deontay Johnson is saying the real fans are gonna see what we're trying to do and see that we're trying our best. And we don't really. And if we're giving them so much criticism, why don't we go out there and play? Why don't we go out there and help? Our job as fans is not to fucking play football. If we could play football, we would fucking love to play. I'm sure that anyone would love to fucking play for the Steelers. I'm sure of it. But we are, at least me, I'll go ahead and speak for myself. I'm very unathletic, and I don't know, I'm slow and shit. So what I do to contribute to the team is buy merchandise. I help buy merchandise, give money to the franchise. I buy jerseys. I make videos like this. I support the team in ways outside of this. Am I a part of the team? No. But I support the Steelers with everything I can by giving them my love, giving them my money, and doing everything in my power to put money to the franchise, you know? Hold on. I'm getting a text from Mr. Productions. Yeah, it was that article. That was it. But it was it's very hard to hear. I'm going to go ahead and respond to this with a similar response to Justin Fields' remarks towards his fans. Is y'all ain't out here with y'all. We're playing. We're the ones losing the games. We're the one playing it. We suck. You know, it's hurting us more. As fans, you wouldn't. As football players, you wouldn't have jobs if it wasn't for the fans. And if NFL players were to realize that, more NFL players at least, you would have jobs because of the fans. You'd play a lot better, you know? Antonio Brown, and I'm not going to, go into too much Antonio Brown business, but Antonio Brown once said that we are entertainers. We know what we have to do. We have to put on a show. And we're not putting on a show. We're in response to a loss, a few losses in a row or something along those lines. We are entertainers. We have to put on a show, and we're not doing that. We're not giving the fans what they paid for. So I don't know what more when NFL players aren't getting the fan side and getting lots of criticism from fans, you got to realize you're not our entertainment, right? But you are what we look to for hope. You know, Pittsburgh. I'll go ahead and give a little history background, then we'll get into the fixes. Pittsburgh was a steel mill town that had recently just closed all the steel mills. And the one thing that people had, when steel mills were open, a long day at the steel mill. I mean, I'm blessed. I don't have to do that. I mean, I work on a big fucking steel mill pretty much. After a long day of work, you come home and you have one thing, and that's Steeler football. And Steeler football was terrible from the day the franchise opened all the way until 1972. When we won our first playoff game, December 23rd, against the Oakland Raiders with the Immaculate Reception. Then Pittsburgh Steelers fans started having hope. 4 Super Bowls in the 70s. It created a winning culture in Pittsburgh that we must uphold. Of course, 1980s was pretty rough. 90s, we started getting back into Steeler football. Early 2000s, of course, winning 2 Super Bowls again. And then 2010s is a whole different story. I don't want to go back to the 1980s. I don't want to. So let's go ahead and start with the fixes. How do you make this? How do you make the fixes? How do you make the changes? What's going to make this team better? On offense and / special teams. The positions that we need to worry about that are hurting us right now. Wide receiver, offensive tackle, and running back. Positions that we possibly might need to address at some point is the center position. On offense, the problem players that I see are causing us problems with play. Left tackle, Dan Moore. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. Wide receiver, Chase Claypool. Running back, Najee Harris. How do we help the offense? How do we get the offense to produce points? How do we fix this offense to start winning us games? Let's start with the fucking obvious. Fire fucking Matt Canada. How on 3rd and fucking 4 do you run the ball at midfield? That's one of your short passing plays that you love so much. And I don't understand. Matt Canada is just might be the worst offensive coordinator in football history. He is terrible. Okay, let's go ahead and give, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give Diontae Johnson some less playing time. Put him on punt return again. Put him on kick return. He's the last special teams player to score a touchdown for us. 2019 week 10 or 11 against the Arizona Cardinals. He's the last player to score a punt return touchdown for us. Ray McCloud came close about every fucking time. I don't know why we got rid of Ray McCloud. He was the best kick returner we had. He's the best punt and kick returner we had in years. He's amazing. He was amazing. Why we got rid of him? I don't know. And he was an amazing wide receiver too. Don't forget about that 4th and 5 conversion with that insane catch to convert week 18, that 4th down. You know, I don't really like living in the past too much, but I should never got rid of him. Put Diontae Johnson back on punt return, maybe kick return, maybe find someone else for kick return, and just, you know, put him out there. He's a fucking burden on offense where he drops passes, causes interceptions. He almost caused another fucking interception. That would be his 3rd interception of the year that he caused. I'm done with that shit. He dropped 2 in that 4th down conversion. If Diontae Johnson did not drop those passes that he dropped yesterday, we would have scored 10 more points. Okay. Now going to the running back position. Make Warren play more. He is a fucking stud. If you put him out there and you make him split carries 50-50, like how Melvin Gordon and Deontay and I'm sorry, I'm dying here. And number 33, who unfortunately just tear an ACL. If you split the carries 50-50, teams are going to be like, okay, how do we stop Warren? All right. We have to, whenever you see Warren on the field, do this. Whenever you see Najee on the field, do that. Make defenses have to think. Right now, defenses don't have to think at all. It's pretty simple how to stop our offense. It's not hard. I could probably go play defensive coordinator for one of these fucking teams and stop our offense. Javonte Williams, thank you. And it's not just split the carries, because every time I've seen Jaylen Warren out there, he has made a play, and that play is blocking for Kenny. That play is going to the flats. That play is running the ball hard. He's a Steelers running back. Whether you want to believe it or not, that kid is a Steelers fucking running back, and he's a stud. Jaylen Warren needs more fucking carries. It's obvious. Everyone knows this. It's not. It shouldn't just be me saying this. It's obvious shit. Make him split 50-50 with Najee. Najee can still go out there for the first play of every game, go get his starter title, and I could rip into Najee all fucking day, but I'm not going to, other than the fact that he needs to get less carries. Make Pickens wide receiver 1. Make him play 99% of all snaps. Simple as that. Pickens is the best receiver we have on the team. He is similar to Mike Williams in his playmaking ability. He makes catches that are in fucking insane. He just catches everything, man, and he's just a really good football player. And why we don't play him more, or why we don't just keep him on the field for the entire game, why he's not getting 15 targets like Diontae Johnson is. He got 8 targets, 6 receptions, 80 yards. I don't understand why he's not getting 10 targets, 15 targets every single game. He'd go for 100 yards every game. Teams cannot stop him. He's an athletic fucking freak. He is a Martavis Bryant that can catch without the super speed. Yeah, Martavis Bryant was insanely fast. You can't. Speaking of insanely fast, Calvin Austin III. Take him off of injured reserve. Take him off injured reserve. Make him slot receiver number fucking 1 the day he comes back. Put him in large rotations. Get him out there. See what he can do. Let his playmaking do the talking rather than us just complain about how bad our receivers are. Is Calvin Austin III as good as we want him to be? He most likely is. He's probably a stud. Why he's not playing right now? Why he didn't play last game? Beyond fucking me. If he does not come off the injury reserve report this week, I will be on the hashtag fire Tomlin trade. I'm not there yet. I do blame him for all our failures, but the only reason I don't 100% want to fire Tomlin right now is because the year that Tomlin, Big Ben was out, he went 8-8 somehow. I don't know how, but he went 8-8. So Calvin Austin III, let's go see what he can do. You know, I want to see. He's an extremely fast wide receiver running in the lower 4.3s. He is small. He's elusive. He can go out there and play. I want to see what he can go do. Put Calvin Austin on the field. And my next note here, I'm going to go ahead and make a huge comment here. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin said it perfectly. We want volunteers, not prisoners. That's why we traded Melvin Ingram to the Chiefs last year for like a 7th-round pick. We want volunteers. We do not want prisoners. We want people who want to come play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm looking at this team, and it doesn't look like anyone wants to play for us. Honestly, it feels like nobody's ever really wanted to play for us because we haven't got any big name free agents and big name free agents since the biggest free agent we've signed in the past 5 years has been Larry Ogunjobi. Trying to think here. Larry Ogunjobi, Miles Jack, Eric Ebron, if you want to consider that. I don't know why we didn't bring him back. I mean, I can understand why, but I liked him. I liked Eric Ebron. He definitely struggled catching the ball though. I don't know, man. Like Larry Ogunjobi, Miles Jack, Eric Ebron. There's your 3 big signings in the past 5 years, man. And Joe Schobert. I mean, we traded him from Jacksonville, but he was terrible. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to play for Pittsburgh. We're a winning team, but I can definitely respect that people don't want to play for us because we're a drama organization. When Le'Veon was here, when Brown was here, Jesse James said it perfectly that he was the Kardashian. We are the Kardashians of the NFL, and that's why he didn't want to play for us anymore. We need to play better. We need to play better. We need to go back to our winning culture, man. So if going by that standard, we want volunteers, I say we put Deontay Johnson and or Chase Claypool on the trade block. Chase Claypool's on his last year of his contract. I say we take a late round pick for him. He's not going to come back after this season anyways. Let's put Chase Claypool on the trade block. We might get like a 5th or a 6th round pick out of him. Which is, I would prefer a 4th round pick or a 3rd round pick, but it is his last year of his contract. But I would like a 4th round pick. I think that's the minimum we should get for Chase. But I definitely believe that Chase Claypool, it's just time for him to say sayonara to him in a Steelers uniform. He just hasn't produced what he needs to produce for us in regards to football play this year. Maybe it's how Matt Canada is using him, but it's time for some change, and we need to make some change. That is a change we need to make. Deontay Johnson isn't like us fans making comments on him not being able to catch a fucking football, which is what we pay him $18 million a fucking year to do, and it goes right through his fucking hands every goddamn time. Let's go fucking trade his ass. I know we can get a 2nd round or a 1st round pick for a 2nd round pick for him. Let's go get a 2nd round pick for him. Let's go draft another George Pickens, man. Let's see how that happens, man. Now that's my offensive. That's my offense slash my offensive helping. And I just want to go ahead and comment on the punting and snapping. It seems like the snapping was pretty shitty. I'm the long snapper. I always look at the long snaps, where they are, where they're placed. I know where they're supposed to be placed every single time. Punts are supposed to be placed at about his dick, and field goals are supposed to be placed at his knee. When the punter goes down, his knee, well, depends on how a punter holds. Right where his hand is, right where you see the punter go like that, that's where the ball should be. Right there, every single time. We pay this cat over $1 million to put the ball right there. And I'm gonna give Chris Kuntz the benefit of the doubt here, because he's a Pittsburgh native, and long snapping is not as easy as everyone makes it seem. But he's an NFL long snapper. I'm sure there are free agents right now who are begging for his job. But I think that definitely played a part in Chris Boswell's kicking missed kicks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just Presley Harvin. He had a great start to the year in the first 2 games of the season. I don't know what happened last week or yesterday. I don't know if it was the wind. I don't know if it him just sucking. But he punted terrible. Fucking terrible. Terrible. Like I said earlier, I don't like living in the past. And I'm going to go ahead and make a few comments on this. Should not have ever gotten rid of Corliss Waitman. He is right now a top 10 punter, whether you want to believe it or not. He gets a lot of action because of how bad the Broncos offense also is. The only reason we decided to get rid of him and not keep Presley Harvin is because we, as a Steelers organization, play with more emotion and game manage with more emotion than most NFL teams. Corliss Waitman in the Chiefs game, I think it was his only game he played in, and that was the week that Presley Harvin's dad had passed away, and he took some family leave, and that's why we signed Corliss Waitman. I truly believe that Corliss Waitman should still be on this team. The only reason is because, of course, it's kind of hard to say, hey, bye-bye, you're out of a job when your dad just died. It's not emotionally bearing, and I can respect the Steelers for making that decision, but I also, as a fan, Corliss Waitman is a top 10 punter right now, and he's having great success on with the Broncos. But we're living in like I said, I don't like living in the past too much. That's just my personal opinion. I don't want to go back to Jordan Berry because he wasn't great either, but I say we start trying out some more punters, man. It's time for Presley Harvin to kick rocks, man. He's not kicking football, so he's got to go kick rocks. He's trying to. And Chuck Knowles, great coaching days. He would say, "It's time to move on with life's work. It's time to move on with life's work." And 1 second. It's time to move on with life's work. That's that, and then that's the special teams. That's the offense. Now I had all that written down for all my notes. I know you can't see it. I had all that written down, and all I have written down for the defense is God help us. Now let me go ahead and just comment on who the players that we probably will not see after this season. I don't know how to fix the defense. We can go make as many trades as we want, but it's not going to help us. Jordan Mid, until we can run the football, nothing will change on offense. Yeah, we're a running team. And as I was making comments earlier on how we should split carries with Jalen and Najee 50-50, and I think that we'll have success doing that. I think Jaylen Warren can get 50, 60 yards a game off of 10 carries, no problem. Najee, I can't take Najee Harris, man. I'm not gonna rip into Najee too much, man. He's a Steeler running back. I will say that, but his football IQ is he's trying to run like Le'Veon Bell, and he's not trying to be Najee Harris. And I saw that tweet somewhere, so I'm not gonna take credit for saying that. But until he starts running like how he did in Alabama, it's it's not going to work out for him, and he's not going to, Yeah, we are one-dimensional and we are inconsistent. It's absolutely correct. We need to play better, man. It's rough. It's rough. All right, defense. I'm gonna go ahead and after the season, let's go ahead and say who's not gonna be here. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into Trey Norwood in a minute here. I'm gonna give analysis over every single defensive player. Players that may not be here. Larry Ogunjobi, he's on a 1-year contract. If I was him, I would want to go play anywhere else. Devin Bush, Noah. I forgot how to pronounce your name again. Devin Bush, Larry Ogunjobi. Gonna be real here. Cameron Hayward might want to go fucking retire. I wouldn't blame him. Man, I'm just so lost. I'm just so lost right now. Gonna go ahead and just I'm so lost, man. It's just I'm hurting. Guys who are not going to be here probably. Carl Joseph, DeMonte Casey, that definitely hurts us not having 2 solid safeties out there. Both of them are probably not going to be playing again this year. Robert Spillane, he's probably going to be gone. Terrell Edmonds is going to probably go play somewhere else. Marcus Allen. Chris Wormley is probably going to go play somewhere else, or he's going to retire. Most likely retirement. Tyson Alalu, he's going to retire. Larry Ogunjobi, he's going to go play somewhere else. Levi Wallace, probably not going to want him back. Probably not going to want him back. Devin Bush, he's going to go somewhere else. All those players are going to go probably play somewhere else. Yeah, Edmonds probably going to go play for anyone else. He might want to go play with his brother for Buffalo, So I'm going to go ahead and give an analysis of every single defensive player and just give you. So Jordan Med, the reason I believe that Devin Bush lost his talent, and if you go look at his rookie year, he was playing stellar football. He was playing similar to what Ryan Shazier was playing. And I know that's a very, very big comparison because Ryan Shazier was probably the best middle linebacker in the NFL, or a top 5 middle linebacker in the NFL during his tenure with Pittsburgh. But I truly believe that he was playing at that level. He tore his ACL and he just never recovered from that. It's unfortunate. I don't blame Devin Bush. A lot of plays are football IQ plays, but I truly believe if that ACL tear never happened, he would be playing at a higher level. So I'm going to give him that benefit I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. That ACL tear really messed up his career, but that's not really a good excuse for Steeler fans. We want to see our guy out there and playing. So let's go ahead and start with the defensive line, man. Chris Wormley, Tyson Alalu, Cameron Hayward, Larry Ogunjobi, our defensive tackles. Montravius Adams. I don't see him. I just none of them are making any plays except for Cameron Hayward. Ironhead's always going to be Ironhead. But the only player I can see definitely come back next year is Montravius Adams, and that's if we retain him. Now I'm not too sure if he's going to be on the roster, but Montravius Adams is the only one I see being here next year. Cameron Hayward might retire. The other 3 might retire or go somewhere else. So. Yeah, the TJ Watt is on a big contract. We need tons of help. You're not wrong. Aguiar, that missed sack was like me playing fucking Madden with my character missing a sack. It's pretty bad. So going on with the defense tackles, man, Cameron Hayward is the only one who's making plays right now. I know Ogunjobi has played pretty solid. I won't lie, he has played really solid, but he was injured last game. But I'm just talking about next year right now. Defensive ends, T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, Jameer Jones. I don't really see him playing out there. Malik Reed. I don't see him playing out there either. It's definitely without T.J. Watt, this defense is pretty rough. It's rough watching. It's rough watching this defense without T.J. Watt, man. And I'm not going to comment on anything about T.J. Watt other than he's going to come back after the bye week. But T.J. Watt, man, it's heartbreaking to see this. Malik Reed's been disappointing. Our entire outside line, the only outside linebacker / defensive end that's not been disappointing this season has been T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith. And Alex Highsmith hasn't been playing at a high level. He's been making a lot of plays, but he hasn't been making enough plays. And he is a talented player. I had made comments on him not being talented when we drafted him. He has made me wrong about him, and I will say I'm wrong. But he's got to play better. He's got to play better. If you saw the Browns game, he stuttered. He was wide open sack, and he paused for some reason, and he could have gotten another sack. Can't be doing that, man. Got to go hit the quarterback. And he just struggled. He struggled last week. Our entire defense struggled last week. That's the defensive line. Middle linebackers, Evan Bush, man, he's terrible. Myles Jack is the only linebacker that we have that's playing right now with any sorts of sense of football. He has played absolutely outstanding. Myles Jack has played amazing this season. He is top 10. He's top 5 in tackles for a reason. He is very talented. I love having Myles Jack. I appreciate him coming and playing for us, even though that we are a terrible team. Robert Spillane, the experiment is over. He is a special teams player. Keep him on the special teams. I do not like watching him play. I mean, he gets beat by that tight end so bad on that go route. Just thank God Josh Allen didn't see him till the last second. Otherwise, the ball wouldn't have hit him in the back of the ass. He would have scored a touchdown if Josh Allen was looking at him the entire time. Robert Spillane is a very overrated middle linebacker, but he's a very talented special teams player. Keep him on special teams. Or cut him. I don't give a fuck. That's your middle linebackers for you. Marcus Allen, he's a special teams player. I haven't seen him on the field since his rookie. I have not seen him on the field since his rookie season. For defense, he's a special teams player, and I don't even know why we have him on the roster anymore. Honestly, cornerbacks, man. Who the fuck is our cornerbacks, man? I don't know. I have no idea. We have a bunch of fucking nobodies out there, even with Ahkello Witherspoon, Cam Sutton, Levi Wallace, fucking Walmart Mike Hilton, fucking who else, man? Josh Jackson, who I don't know, man. We literally our best cornerback is Cameron Sutton, who on any other team would be a sub in and out corner. And that's just the honest truth. Cameron Sutton is a talented corner. I will give him that. And he definitely has earned the cornerback 2 spot where he plays on the second best receiver. But no doubt in my mind, he should not be our cornerback 1. And he is our cornerback 1 with and without Ahkello Witherspoon. Safeties, man. Minka made his first mistake of the season, in my opinion. Is what it is. He made his first mistake. You can't really make too many comments on that. It was a 50-50 ball. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league right now. No doubt in my mind. He just puts that in a good spot. He almost made a play on it, but Gabe Davis just stripped it from him, and it was a good play. It was a good play. It was a 50-50 ball, literally 50-50. Both of them had their fucking hands on it. Gabe Davis just came up with it. So, it is what it is. Someone finally made a play on Minkah Fitzpatrick. I didn't think I'd ever see the day. Minkah got mossed. He got sunned. Is what it is. Terrell Edmonds. I I don't know if they would have scored that 98-yard touchdown with or without Terrell Edmonds. All I know is that Trey Norwood has now proved himself to not be a starting safety for us, but a sub in and out corner / safety. And that's all I gotta say about him. And that's the entire defense, man. That's the defense, man. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. This team makes me cry too, man. This team is heartbreaking. Oh man, just lost. I'm just lost. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm heartbroken, man. It's just hard. It's hard. It is hard to say this, but it is the truth. If you look at every other NFL team, we are the worst NFL team in the entire NFL. We are the worst NFL team. That's just the truth. So, I still love the Steelers. Don't get me wrong. I still love the Steelers. But it is what it is. I love the Steelers. I love football. Talk to y'all later.